Hello, and thanks for watching another episode of ARFCOM News, your twice-weekly dose of the finest 2A propaganda. The heroic men and women of the ATF managed to get a conviction against a Louisiana couple for selling guns without a license, even though the couple held a federal firearms license. According to the Department of Justice press release, they failed to properly record firearms in their inventory, had improperly completed 4473s, and transferred 2 guns without a final response from NICS. They're each looking at 5 years in prison and $250,000 in fines, but they'll have to wait until April to find out at their sentencing hearing. Now, first off, I maintain my position that all gun control laws are unconstitutional and an affront to fundamental human rights. That said, it sounds like these two really were flagrantly disregarding the rules. The feds say they had over 100 improperly completed 4473s and over 60 guns which weren't recorded properly. On the other hand, what really stands out to me is everything they're accused of doing is just procedural. It's the sort of thing that you would expect them to lose their license for at the worst. Then, of course, if they continued selling guns, you could charge them with selling guns without a license. But how did a jury, even a jury composed of a dozen people too dumb to get out of jury duty, manage to convict these two of selling guns without a license when they did, have a license? But it would be impossible for us to produce quality 2A propaganda without sponsors, so let's pay some bills. Today's video is sponsored by Hydra. From the genius that created the Bushmaster firearm comes the Hydra Mark 15, the ultimate weapon platform. Modular, versatile, and mission-driven, the Hydra Mark 15 quick and easy caliber changes give you a whole lot of options without costing a whole lot of money. And by VaultPro, proudly manufacturing the finest American-made safes, vault doors, safe rooms, and storm shelters. When you buy from VaultPro, your safety, security, and privacy is their only priority. And by Primary Weapon Systems. PWS is now offering their advanced BDE suppressors in 4 caliber options: 7.62, 9mm, and 5.56. These suppressors offer revolutionary sound control, all while remaining lightweight and tough. Easy to clean, easy to install, easy to maintain. These suppressors will make shooting even better than it was before. If the ATF has their way, those folks in the previous story is what all of us have to look forward to. Under their new proposed rule, they want to charge you with the same crime if you even think about selling a gun. Now, I'm not being hyperbolic here either. The ATF is seriously proposing that people should face a 5-year prison sentence and a $250,000 fine over the sale of a single gun, or even simply offering to sell a gun if you don't have a federal firearms license. This new rule is sweeping and unprecedented. They are attempting to leverage last year's Bipartisan Gun Control Act to more or less ban private sales of firearms altogether. Rather than more precisely defining what it means to be in the business of selling guns, ATF is looking to broaden the definition and define dealer as, well, basically anything they say it is. And this isn't hypothetical either. A close friend of mine used to have a habit of buying a gun, shooting it for a month or 2, then selling it so he could buy another gun. He never intended to make any money off of it, and honestly, he usually lost money, but he did buy and sell quite a few guns over the years. A while back, he got shaken down by the Fed boys, and not wanting to risk a legal fight, he complied with them. They threatened with a warrant and ended up confiscating several of his guns, but ultimately, they didn't charge him with any crime. I've encouraged him to retain the services of an attorney, of course, but my friend isn't alone. Over 250 people have had their lives ruined by the new law and the ATF's interpretation of it. That's why I want you to stop what you're doing right now and leave a comment for the proposed rule. The deadline for comments is tomorrow. So post your comment right now. The link is down there in the doobly-doo, as always, along with the link to an AmmoLand article, which has several examples of comments. If time is short, you can copy paste, but please at least change it up a little bit. It's better if you can write your own comment in your own words, and even better if you have a unique perspective to add to the discussion. Because this isn't a ballot initiative. The ATF isn't going to make a decision based on the number of comments in support or against. Let's be honest, they don't give a wet fart what we think anyway, but your comments will matter in future court battles. And as the FPC pointed out in the Mock versus Garland pistol brace rule lawsuit, the Fifth Circuit noted that Of the comments in support of the NPRM, only 10% were unique, with the rest being form letters. In other words, almost all of the control freak comments were just copy-pasted, while many from our side were unique with well-reasoned arguments. That's part of the reason we won that case. And now, my all-time favorite PewTuber ever returns for your moment of zen. Hey friends, do you like pews and other pew-related things? Would you like to help us keep delivering you pure, uncut American pew again at the low price of free fitty? We literally couldn't pay the bills without our sponsors, so do us a solid and get yourself something nice from them. You deserve it. I love you.